Hello. Let's look at how you can enrich Java applications on the cloud using Watson Cognitive Services. After you complete this unit, you should understand what is Watson, what are the benefits of using Watson Cloud Services, as well as learn about the following Watson services: concept expansion, language translation, relationship extraction, personality insights, speech to text, text to speech, concept insights, visual recognition, trade-off analytics, dialogue, natural language classifier, and retrieve and rank service. To understand Watson, we need to understand how experts behave. They observe, interpret, and evaluate the information given to them, and then make a decision. Watson can enable each one of us to become an expert by exercising the same cognitive behavior on large chunks of data at a super fast speed, feeding the results back to us. Watson enhances the cognitive process of professionals along with enabling organizations to make better decisions. Watson Cloud Services accelerate development of expertise by capturing cognitive processes of experts around the globe. Watson Developer Cloud provides cognitive APIs which form the building blocks for Watson offerings. These offerings span industries and markets, for example, healthcare, travel, financial services, and a lot more. You can choose the type of Watson Developer Cloud to use based on the content you want to use, how you want to train Watson, and the SLAs you need. The trial version of Watson Developer Cloud is available in IBM Bluemix. You can easily transition to the sandbox and production level of Watson Developer Cloud, as well as move to the products offered for development and production to be able to take advantage of Watson Cognitive Services. Watson services in Bluemix can be accessed by anyone with a Bluemix account across the globe. Watson services in beta have been made available on Bluemix to gather input from the user community. Therefore, leveraging these services on Bluemix is an excellent opportunity to play with them and later consider them for your production solution. Let's take a deeper dive into Watson services in IBM Bluemix. Looking at Concept Expansion Service. This service analyzes text and interprets its meaning based on usage in similar contexts. For example, it could interpret the Big Apple as meaning New York City. It can be used to create a dictionary of related words and concepts so that unclear phrases can be better understood and analyzed. The use case illustrated here can be used to expand the drug types using the seed words Motrin, aspirin, Tylenol. This is just an example shared with you. Here is a code snippet that invokes Concept Expansion API with a set of seed terms and label. It prints out the concept elements returned from the API. Language Translation Service converts input text from source language into destination language for the end user. Translation is available between English, Brazilian, Portuguese, Spanish, and French languages. A use case scenario could be a French-speaking help desk representative can assist a Portuguese-speaking customer through a chat session using the language translation service. This code snippet translates a text in English to Spanish and prints out the response. Relationship Extraction Service parses sentences into their various components and detects relationships between the components. This service can process new terms like people names in a news feed, which it has never analyzed before through contextual analysis. Sentence components include parts of speech, for example, noun, verb, adjective, conjunctions, and functions. Relationship extraction maps the relationships between the components so that users or analytics engines can more easily understand the meaning of individual sentences and documents. Let's take the use case of a news article. Relationship extraction will parse the news article to pull out people, organization, event type, date and time, as well as location where actions have taken place. It can then relate the components such as what adjective describes what noun and what action is subject taking upon what object. In the particular article shared on the slide, two mentions in yellow refer to the same person, so you can infer that Interior Minister Avakov estimated the number of fighters killed. Using the code snippet shown here, you can send any text to the Relationship Extraction Service and correlate the components. For example, in the text pasted here, IBM Watson is the organization and two opponents are the persons against whom the competition was won at a particular time. Personality Insight Service uses linguistic analytics to extract a set of personality and social traits from the way a person communicates. This service can analyze any communication the user makes, such as their text messages, tweets, blog posts, emails, and more. Based on the personality and social traits returned from Personality Insight Service, one can understand, connect, and communicate with people on a personally tailored level. For example, Personality Insights can analyze a customer's Twitter stream to help a travel agency decide between offering the customer a budget or a luxury trip. This code snippet is sending a text string to Personality Insights API and returning the profile of the person who wrote the text. Speech-to-text service smartly converts audio signals into words that are being spoken by applying relevant grammar and how language is used within a specific context. This service has numerous use cases, for example, transcription of meetings, conference calls, dictating emails, voice control of mobile applications, and embedded devices. The text-to-speech service processes text and natural language to generate synthesized audio output, complete with appropriate cadence and intonation. It is available in several voices, for example, US English, UK English, French, Italian, German, Spanish. Also, mobile SDKs are available to enable interaction on iOS and Android devices. Concept Insight Service maps input text to a concept graph that is based on the English language Wikipedia. The service identifies explicit links when a concept is directly mentioned, but also provides implicit links to concepts that are not directly mentioned. For example, Concept Insights can help authors by suggesting content from archives and sources such as Wikipedia. It can help organizations increase user engagement in the digital space by suggesting relevant articles, people, and topics. Concept insights can help organizations find the right person for a specific job or project. You can pass text and HTML content as input to Concept Insight services and render text that emphasizes concepts of interest, including the concepts that are related to related concepts. So, in reality, you are able to get to concepts which are indirectly related to the seed terms you have passed in. Visual recognition service allows users to understand the contents of an image or video frame without the need for textual input. Using semantic classifiers, the service returns visual entries such as objects, events, and settings. With visual recognition, users can automatically annotate and organize images, video frames based on visual content alone. If you have a large collection of digital photographs, the visual recognition service could be used to organize them into albums based on visual themes such as cars, sports, or photos showing people. Similarly, you can understand trends in social media or leverage image analytics to perform better segmentation. Tradeoff analytics service helps to make better choices while taking into account multiple, often conflicting goals that matter when making that choice. Tradeoff analytics can help make complex decisions. For example, what mortgage to take, which stocks to invest in, which laptop to purchase, and so on. Tradeoff analytics uses Pareto filtering techniques to identify the optimal alternatives across multiple criteria. It then uses analytical and visual approaches to help the decision maker explore the trade-offs within the optimal set of alternatives. This ensures that the chosen option will adhere to the goals and criteria that matter for the decision maker. Dialogue service makes a user walk through a step-by-step process in natural conversational language. It provides a simple guided experience to get a user to their desired outcomes and can kick off back-end application actions as part of the process. This service can be used in different types of transaction handling. Natural language classifier takes short text and classifies it into predefined classes. You can submit a question and the service returns key to the best matching answers or next actions for your application. You can create a classifier instance by providing a set of representative strings and a set of one or more correct classes for each training. After training, the new classifier can accept new questions or phrases and return the top matches with the probability value for each match. Retrieve and rank service helps users find the most relevant information for their query by using a combination of search and machine learning algorithms to detect signals in the data. This is built on top of Apache Solr. Developers load their data into Retrieve and Rank service, train a machine learning model based on known relevant results, and then leverage this model to provide improved results to their end users based on their question or query. Let's dive into Personality Insights service, since it is a commonly used Watson service. Personality Insights APIs can analyze data from social sites, personal communication, and enterprise data sources. You can integrate Personality Insights analytics with your application by using two REST APIs. One is Portrait API that accepts a list of content items with their metadata and analyzes them, returning the results in JSON format. It produces a tree of cognitive and social characteristics, including Big Five personality, values, and needs. Second is the Visualize API that accepts the output generated by Portrait API and produces a visualization of that portrait. The output can be explored with Visualize API on mobile devices, or it can be imported into enterprise systems such as IBM Unica or other visual analytical tools. To use Personality Insights service, create an instance of the Personality Insights service and then bind the service to your application. For ecosystem users, take the URL and credentials information from the Bluemix UI and configure your application to access Personality Insights service from outside of Bluemix, whether it's a public cloud or a private cloud. For the Bluemix customers, they can create an application in Bluemix and bind the service instance of Personality Insights to the application. Here is an example scenario where the social media data for a person is sent to Portrait API to analyze and break down into personality traits that are then fed to Visual API for visualization. The personality trait of a person can be used for job recommendations and more. Watson analyzes documents published in social media or other sources using complex linguistic analytic methods. The results of the analysis form the customer portrait. Portraits can be evaluated in groups or as individuals to provide insight for varying applications. What can we discover with Personality Insights? People analytics technologies take one's linguistic footprints and analyzes them to automatically derive a person's personality, cognitive, and social preferences. Based on the derived preferences, the people engagement technologies then recommend hyper-personalized products and services to individuals. Personality Insights uses the following analytic appliances: Big Five personality model. These are characteristics that differentiate one individual from another. Big Five Ocean personality is the most studied and well-known personality model today. Basic Human Values is another analytic appliance. It forms one's belief and motivators. One could hold numerous values, but with varying degrees of importance. Our current model includes 6 dimensions of human values based on Schwartz's work in psychology. Next comes fundamental human needs. Our current model is based on Maslow's hierarchy of needs as well as Ford's work on marketing and consumer-related needs modeling. Emotional style shows how one's emotional or affect states look like and change. This helps us answer questions such as what is the emotional outlook of an individual and how resilient a person is emotionally. Personal preferences are psychological, affective, and cognitive characteristics that uniquely identify one individual from another. Personality preferences inferred from social media can predict real-world responses in a live setting. Personal preferences are what people believe and their motivational constructs, what is their emotional style, what are the patterns of affective states and changes, what is the cognitive style, how people think, perceive, and remember information. On the other hand, composite preferences are trust and resilience. Watson cognitive services are beneficial to the end user because they understand me, they engage me, they learn and improve over time, they help me discover, they establish trust, they have endless capacity for insight, they operate in a timely fashion on big volumes of data, and provide only the most relevant information to me. I hope you enjoyed this session. Thank you.